Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Bow is behind the right arm. Left hand on the hip. Bring it out. Slide. Left hand down. Step back with the left foot. Left foot back. Right seisan dachi. Center. Block. Roll the wrist. Scoot back. Block. Kosa. But making sure that you do not block the front leg, the movement of the front leg. Step through. Strike. Palm, palm, as I adjust the bow. Naha turn, block to the left side of the leg. Kosa, step through, overhead, strike. Just the left hand and palm it, palm the right hand. Naha turn, clear, strike. Step through with the left. Left hand slides, and I'm going to disarm, clear it down. Step through, adjust, thrust. We're going to make a big turn with a right foot, step across, baseball swing. Slide the right hand back, left hand releases, comes underneath, re-grabs. The bow goes to the outside, right hand reestablishes grab, overhead strike. Poke, naha turn, baseball swing, slide the right hand back, left hand comes underneath, re-grabs, positions to the outside, right hand re-grabs, overhead, poke. Just adjust, come up to nai hanch, block to the front, look left, block to the back, clear, disarm, scoot, side, pivot, slide the right hand up, overhead, strike. Just the left hand, just the right, block behind. Pivot, right foot. Come around, step out into nai hanch again, block to the front, block to the back. Strip and disarm, scoot, pivot, right hand slides, left hand slides, overhead. Adjust, block behind. Pivot, come around, block, poke. Step in, overhead, thrust. Left hand adjusts, right hand adjusts, circle, pivot, going 45, right hand overhead. Keeping the right hand out. Left hand reaches. We're going to start shifting. The right hand stays out as the bow stays to the right side. Left seisan, come through, block, strip. As I strip, I open the hips, keeping the feet exactly where they are. Step through, overhead, strike. Adjust, adjust, block behind. Pivot to front foot, step all the way around, block, poke, step forward, strike, pull back, inside block, adjust, adjust your stance, clear, come up, right, kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni.
「
Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Basic bow, bunkai. Starting bow behind my back, all right? Attacker's coming in with a poke or thrust to the leg. It's down to here. I take a shot to the head, she blocks. She takes a shot to my leg, I'm blocking. Kosa, moving in, driving her back, stepping through, stripping, and striking to finish this attacker off. New attacker behind me. This position, she's tacking to the leg, adjust, adjust, moving outside the center line, so giving her her target zone. Stepping in and repeating the same sequence, try to strip the weapon and strike to finish this attacker. New attacker behind me. This attacker will be attacking to my leg. It's adjust, adjust, coming around and block. And I'm going to try to just take her weapon and toss it. Now, I'm stepping in, she's going to step back and do an overhead. Coming up, disarm, clear, strike as I drive it down through. I'm going to move toward her, she'll step back and do another overhead attack. Right. Disarm, working between the bow and the wrist, and coming up and attacking and striking to strip it. I move in, side strike, and thrust to finish this attacker. New attacker to my back. We call it a baseball swing. She's starting to come around with a strike. I'm going to do a big swing, bang, and hit. She works against. This is where someone's working against your hand for a disarm technique, trying to come up and trying to strip my hand. I release, come through, strip, and strike. And thrust. Another attacker, the same technique is repeated. Again, we do big baseball swing to here. She goes to attack to my wrist. I release, re-grab, strip, and strike. And thrust. Attacker's coming from the side. Attacker's going to come with a strike to my leg. I'm coming up, blocking to here. She comes around the head, attacks to the back of the leg. Block to here. Strip. Come right against the wrist, busting. Thrust. Step in, overhead strike. Adjust, control center to the rear. New attacker to the rear. Coming around with a strike to this manner. I'm going to come around. Block. She again tries the back of the leg. Block. Come up. Strip it, breaking the wrist. Thrust. Step in. Strike to the head. Again, control and block to the rear. New opponent to the front, trying to poke at me. I'm going to come around to here, poke for her foot. But she moves back. Come in with an overhead and thrust, finishing this opponent off. New attacker from the 45. Coming in with an overhead strike, from 45 coming in with an overhead strike. I'm adjusting back to here, placing. I'm getting just outside of the range. This is a key point. I'm not staying inside. If I stay inside here, I get hit. So I'm adjusting to here. Place the bow. Control it. Strip it. I'm moving in, attacking to the head. Finishing this opponent off. Another opponent coming from the 45 is taking a shot to my leg. Coming down, blocking, stripping, and coming right down on the wrist to disarm. Come through and finish with a temple strike to this opponent. Clear behind, pick up one of the old opponents, again taking a shot to my leg. I'm coming around, bang, poke, step in, thrust, she blocks, bang. She pokes to my face, takes a shot to the leg, I clear, up, all right? We finished base level Bunkai application for Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Igiri, Bo Ichi. Left hand comes up, grabs, rise the bow, adjust, step out the nihonch, block down. Look left, we're going to the left cat, shift, palm both hands and adjust, so left hand's in center, right hand's back. We're going to block up, we're going to clear as we scoot forward, overhead strike, thrust. Adjust, working to the other end of the bow. Block up, cat stance, clear it down as I step forward to right seisan, overhead strike, thrust. Just to left, just to right, come in, downward, block. Just the right, just the left, strike midsection. Clear, weak side, drop down to the knee. Go straight up. Come up, overhead. Hand change, front. Palm and slide all the way through. Weak, weak. Step, disarm, come through. Kick, kosa, overhead strike. Scoot back, thrust. Bow comes up above the head. I'm going to slide the left hand through the right. Right hand comes down. Naha turn, strip it, strike. Attack's coming from this angle. I'm going to lift the leg as I block the bow outside, use the hip, weak side, swing. Figure 8. Kobo disarm. Up, clear it, strike, thrust. Adjust to left, adjust to right. Right 45. Block, strike. Repeat the sequence. Block, lift, weak side, use the hip, drive. Right end of the bow goes figure 8, strike. Left hand drives through, comes back. Thrust. Adjust, Step out left, blocked on. Just adjust, nihonch, side strike. Shift the stance to an online Zenkutsu, thrust up, adjust, thrust back. Adjust the right hand as I pull the cat stance back, adjust, right 45, block, adjust in palm, left 45, block, turn the bow, adjust, come around front, up, ready, Shima Bo Ichi. Kata, Shima Bo Ichi. Kata, Shima Bo Ichi. Kata, Shima Bo Ichi. Shimageri Bo Ichi. Basic level bunkai, kata, Shimageri Bo Ichi. Starts out to rei, come out to our yoi position. Attack is coming from the side, overhead attack. I move the cat, it's a disarm, I don't want to strip it, I just want to control, strip it, now it releases, she steps back, strike, finishing this attacker off. Another attacker comes from the side. So that sequence was here, down, and in. The same thing is repeated to this side, block up, control it and strip, strike. New attacker from the front, taking a shot at my leg, a poke. I'm stepping in and blocking. I'm going to take a shot at her rib cage. She moves back and blocks. And from right here, I drop down and strip. I come up, clear, overhead strike, she blocks. Right from there, I'm going to change hands and go for the ribs. 1, 2. I'm going to attempt to strip it up, clear the weapon, come right up underneath, kick, go to an overhead, but she'll block the overhead, thrust, finishing this opponent. New attacker's coming from the rear, 45. I'm turning, she's coming with a side strike with the right hand, stripping up, coming down and stripping the weapon, striking to the head. She takes an attack from the leg. I lift up, come down to here, weak side, bang, in on this opponent, taking that one down. New opponent's coming in, I'm clearing, overhead attack comes in, comes up, strips, clears, strikes, and thrust. New opponent from this angle, taking a shot to the leg, comes down, blocks, strikes into this one. She takes a shot to the leg, she's still not done. To here, again, here, strike into the body, strike, bang. Still some life. Overhead, coming up, strip it, control, finish, thrust, and in. New opponent from this angle, coming in, taking a shot to the leg, moving, blocking down. I move in to take a shot to the ribs, but she blocks. And to here, it's thrust right up in. To here, finish to the back, new opponent, 45. Taking a shot at my leg, to here, blocked on, other opponent, 45, to this direction, stepping back here, bang. The last move here is just strip and strip the weapon right out to here. So our last sequence, 45, block, 45, block, strip, pull the hand, and back. Basic level bunkai, Shimageri Bo Ichi. Kata, Shimageri Bo Ichi. Kata, Shimageri Bo Ichi. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Bring the bow up from behind the right arm. Left hand slides down, step back, block on center line. Right foot forward, sei-san. Roll, overhead strike with the right hand. Scoot back, prep to the left side, block across the body, making sure the bow is to the outside of the right leg. Kosa, step through, coming overhead strike. Roll palm and roll the front hand in the back. Naha turn, scooting back, blocking to the left side. Kosa, step through, overhead strike. Palm the left, palm the right and slide. Naha turn, block, overhead strike. Step through. Disarm, weak side clear. Step through, adjust, adjust. Chon disarm. Side strike. Thrust. Come back, inside, forearm block, making sure you keep the arm on to the bow. You're in a cat stance. Adjust the hand, block down, step all the way around, clear through, strike. Thrust, come back, block. Pivot, step around to Nihonch, block. This is a vertical blocking movement. Scoot, horizontal strike, and side strike. Block behind, pivot, come all the way around again to Nihonch, block in front, disarm, scoot, side thrust, pivot, step in, adjust, adjust, side strike. Adjust, adjust, block behind, pivot to front foot, come all the way around, sei-san, block. Poke, step in, strike, thrust. Come back, inside block, adjust the left hand, diagonal Nihonch, circle, pivot, keep them going on this 45-degree angle, overhead, strike. Adjust, adjust, left 45, clear, disarm, step through, overhead, thrust. Adjust, adjust, block behind, pivot around, come forward, block, poke, step forward, overhead, thrust, come back, inside block, adjust, adjust, both feet back, clear, weak side swing, come up, right, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. The second kata in the Suiyoshi series, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni, follows primarily the same format or pattern as the initial version. There is, however, a significant difference in the type of disarm that we're using in the attack to the leg. That's the key significant part in this kata. I'd like to demonstrate that particular disarm for you. From the side, as you remember in Suiyoshi Nokun Ichi, we had a situation where we were coming and the opponent was tacking to the front with the leg strike. And I'm coming here. The opponent then spun the bow around and attacked to the rear, blocking to here. So it was attack to the front, attack to the back. We would lift the bow, strip with a downward motion against the wrist, thrust, and then move in, driving back, and finish with an overhead strike. In knee, the movement is somewhat different. The same attack comes through to the leg. Here, it's a block, and what we're doing initially right here is just a single block, and we're coming right up, coming right in on the hand and stripping in an upward motion right here. So it's block and a vertical strip, attacking the wrist, thrusting, and then side strike into the body. That's the most important difference between the two katas, in that this one's teaching a vertical disarm where each taught a more circular and a downward disarm concept. Thus, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Suiyoshi Nokun Ni. Kata, Kobo. Stepping out, right foot forward. Shift back, hand change with the left. Come up for disarm, strike, scoot, thrust, scoot, thrust. Back, hand change, come through, overhead. Step out, nigh hunch, shift diagonal, and thrust to center line. Hand change the right. Look, shift. Palm the left. Palm the right for the disarm, clear, strike. Scoot, thrust. Step back, hand change right, block, lift, turn all the way around. Block, scoot, block. Hand change, palm, strike. Left hand slides through the right. Step forward, big scoop. Right hand slides through the left. Step forward, big sloop. Hand change, block to the right. Hand change, front hand. Palm the back hand. Hand change the left hand. Strike. Nigh hunch, thrust. Hand change right. Scoot, block, palm, disarm, thrust. Come back. Block, lift, turn, 1, 2. Hand change, step out, thrust. Left hand slides through. Come all the way around, left side strike. Right hand slides through. Come around, right foot forward. Left hand changes. Come back, block, on line. Pivot, step through, 1, 2, hand change, disarm, overhead, hands exchange, overhead, thrust. Right hand goes, left hand goes to the right, and will block 45 to the left. Pivot, step back to nigh hunch, vertical disarm. Keep the bow level. We're going to pivot on the left foot, jumping. At the same time, we exchange the hand positions. Jump into right foot forward saison, disarm, weak side, swing and clear, disarm. Right foot comes back, we're going left, 45, overhead strike. Palm the right hand. Right foot comes in, left foot's going to step to right 45, block. Left foot comes back, palm, right foot forward, thrust, block down, step back, go boom. Kata, kobo. Hands! 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 Kata, go boom. Kata. Kobo. Hands! 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 Kata, kobo. Kata, kobo. Basic level bunkai. Stepping out, I'm coming to come to an on guard position or a strike. My attacker comes in with a poke to my face. I block. I'm coming up, and I'm going against, attacking with a disarm technique against the wrist. Clear her weapon. Strike to the head. Thrust. Thrust. She doesn't give up. She pokes. Again. Block again. Same thing is repeated. This time still working against the wrist. Strike. Come out. And finish this opponent. New opponent's coming from this direction, poking to my head. I shift to here. Now I'm going to work again against the wrist from a little different angle. Stripping it, striking, and thrusting. She pokes. I step back and block. New attacker from this direction. I see her coming in. It's a shift. It's step around. She pokes. She pokes again to here. I come up, attacking the wrist area again, stripping the weapon, strike. I'm going to try to sweep her legs, but she jumps. I sweep again. She jumps. She pokes to the face, to here. Again, we strip, come down, strike, big thrust. New attacker from this direction. Taking a poke to the face. Block, disarm, control, strike, thrust, pokes to the face, new opponent, block into here. Attacker coming from the front. Shift, coming around, she pokes, come up, strip, this time from the inside, clearing, strike, to here. New attacker to the side. On the previous ones. This time I'm going to slide through. I'm doing a big swing, coming around, she blocks. Now, I notice the attacker starting to move from behind. She shifts around. I'm going to leave this attacker here. I want to dissuade this person from attacking. So we come around here, keep this high, draws her guard up, and come in under the ribs. She then pokes, disarm, strip it, strike, thrust. She's still not done. She has a poke left in her. She's poking forward, come back online. Going back to the previous attacker, turning, it's a poke, underneath in the strip again, coming down, strike. Stepping forward, overhead strike, she blocks. Overhead strike, she blocks, I thrust. I get her. An attacker coming from the 45 with a leg shot. I'm going to strip it to here. This comes back, so it's a block to here, and a strip. I'm threatened from the front. I'm going to turn around, jump, clearing. She comes with an overhead attack. She's coming up, weak side, right into here, and down, strike. Attacker coming from this direction. So we were 1, 2, and then there'll be a disarm, one last attack from this overhead. Coming in to here, and in this case, I'll maintain this, step in, and toss that person down to this direction. One last attacker coming through, 45, coming in, she pokes to here. I leave her. There's a person right here. I'm attacking. I'm going to come in with an overhead. She's going to block. I thrust and finish. There's a clear strike to my leg, and it's down. We step back, up, ray. Base level interpretation, Kobo. As you can see, this one utilizes a lot of disarms, working against the wrist from an inside and outside position. Also, at the more advanced level, the last sequence here can really be going against just 2 opponents, where we have up, down, strip, as we did. We throw this person. This next one becomes strip, control, and throw of the second person. So we combine these last 2 opponents working on a lock and a throwing technique. Us, Kobo. Kata, Kobo. Hands! 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 Kata, Kobo.